So first of all, thank you so much, Mr. Miller, for your time.
You're welcome.
We are in Korea,
Mhm.
one of the best educational systems in the world, according to PISA.
Yes.
How can learn United States of this educational system?
Uh, I think understanding the aspects of the Korean education system that seem to work well,
Yes.
and then thinking about which of those are relevant for the United States and how would we apply them in the United States. So one of the things that we have learned while we're here is it is very much in the Korean culture in terms of the
Yes.
value of education, the investment that they make in education, both in terms of the time, but also in terms of the financial resources, not just the government, but households, parents
Yes.
in their communities. And so understanding that it is both government as well as students and parents as well as communities that need to value education highly is something that we learn here. Uh, Understanding that that even with that, right, that they want to improve their education system as well. And when we say, well, why is that? And that is because while you can get excellent results on PISA exams, there is here even a dissatisfaction with the
Yes.
student experience. Uh, we think there may be some dissatisfaction with the teaching experience. And so, how do we think about achieving those results, but with a more satisfied and engaged student and a more satisfied and engaged teacher? And so, I think understanding both what's working here as well as what the frustrations are here is important for us as we think about investing in the teaching profession. That's what we want to
Yes.
do in the U.S. How do you do so in a way that in Korea they are very selective. Teachers are very much valued. Uh, Many want to be teachers and want to be effective
Yes.
teachers. That is not quite the same in the United States. So how do we do that? At the same time, teachers here worry about the structure. It is
Yes.
so structured. There is some good to that, but how do they think about it being less structured and allow them to still be effective in their system? That's something that I think our teachers would value in the United States. So those are some of the things we're learning here.
I have learned that you were before working in McKinsey and Company.
Yes.
Yes, there is a famous report, at least in Spain,
Yeah.
that issue about any teachers can the quality of a
Yes.
educational system can excess the quality of a teacher.
Yes.
How do you think this is possible to put in practice in an educational system that the quality for the teacher, not only for the system?
Yeah. Uh, well, I think one. Um, I think first of all, it's a recognition that if the quality of the teaching has such an impact, then the way I think about it, the way we think about it is, then how can we make the investment in the quality of the teaching? And I've got a sister who is a teacher,
Really?
and she's very dedicated and she's hardworking, but she is frustrated at times. She is frustrated because the the system doesn't always provide her with the resources in her classroom when she needs them to teach most effectively. She's frustrated because there's not enough emphasis put on her professional development as a teacher. She she says, I believe I'm a good, effective teacher, but it's hard to know. And I don't get really good coaching and development and sharing really thoughtful tools and approaches that would allow me to be a more effective teacher. And so those are some of the things that we need to invest more in. The challenge is, if you're going to invest in those, what do you have to change? And
Yes.
so it puts some very controversial questions. It raises some very controversial questions. So a very controversial question is for parents and for systems to think alike. Are we better having a slightly larger class size and being able to take the savings or the investment associated with
Yes.
that and put it into very high quality, effective professional development for teachers? Or could we put in terms of um, a different career pathways program that would allow teachers to have a more attractive career from a financial standpoint so that they could stay in teaching and be recognized for their effectiveness. These may be trade-offs. I think the question is not